Hi, James Bridges here out of Long Beach, California. What I want to speak about now is actually a topic that many agents are fearful. In fact, I was one of those agents that was fearful. It's using a buyer agreement. In fact, for my first few years in the business, I didn't use buyer agreements because I was afraid. I was honestly afraid of the rejection. I didn't want to ask that buyer to commit to me because I was afraid they would just go somewhere else. You know, after a few years in the business, I realized that no one would take a listing without having a contract signed. And really the same is true with a buyer. You should never work with a buyer without getting an agreement signed. What it does take, though, is a good setup, a good consultation, and really signing the buyer agreement is a non-event if you do it right. After those first few years, I overcame my fear, and the very first time I pulled it out, I got mine signed. After that, I've never gone back to not using a buyer agreement. In fact, in my buyer's agreement, they actually agreed to pay me a processing fee for helping them. So that means every single time that I close an escrow, we're able to get a fee for helping them along the way. You know, 1 year not getting those signed cost me over $12,000. Now, I get that money from the buyers, and they're happy to pay for it. They're happy to pay for the service. So remember, getting a buyer agreement, it's easy as long as you do it right. Follow simple rules, read more here on the page, and on our buyer script system, you can actually get the buyer agreement we use day in and day out for our real estate team. It's in there in the buyer script system. Check it out.